right, y'all, let me try that again. I don't know what happened, but the stream cut out. So let me try that one more time. So I'll see if the people that were here before come back. So like I said before, I really just want to do a live to kind of talk about the weddings. It took us 7 hours of TV to get to this one, to get to 5 weddings when we should have been got to the weddings. So and then let me know if you guys can hear me. I don't know why it wasn't working before. So let's see if anybody comes back. If you guys can hear me, just let me know. I don't know what happened to the other stream or why it like kicked me out. Okay, can you guys hear me? So I just wanted to do a okay. So I actually just wanted to do like a recap of all the weddings all together because I feel like we haven't had a chance to really talk about all the weddings. You know, the weddings are just kind of formality and then the show really kicks up after like the okay, thanks Jasmine. And then so the show really kicks up kind of after the honeymoons. So let me know what you guys thought about like the wedding so far. Who do you think is going to make it so far? Yeah, I know my thoughts and opinions on it, but let's have a chat. I have about an hour, 45 minutes or so before I have to leave. Who do you guys think is going to make it? Who do you guys think is the villain of the season? I mean, it's Alyssa obviously, but who else do you guys think is the villain of the season? All right. So let's start with Jasmina and Michael. I don't think they're gonna make it. Um, People have been posting spoilers in the comment section, which is kind of annoying. Either way, so I really don't know. I'm gonna just go with my gut instinct, but I don't think they're gonna make it, mainly because she has too much personality for him. He doesn't have any personality like at all. I know some people are saying he's just very reserved. He just probably needs to get to know you first and then he does, but I don't see it for Michael. What do you guys think about Michael and Jasmina? I love his sisters. I will say that. Absolutely love his sisters. But I don't think he's like really cut out for the let me just meet somebody randomly and marry them type of situation. Jasmina doesn't seem like she's gonna put up with too much mess from him either. So that might be a point of contention for them as well. Alyssa sucks. Yeah, she does. She's definitely the villain of this season. I don't know anybody that likes her. I've seen some people like tolerate her, but Shawnees, I want them to make, I don't know. I would love for them to make it, but I just don't see them making it. And I think that's because Michael just does not seem to have a lot of personality. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he just doesn't have personality. And you got to have personality if you're going to like not only meet somebody, but marry this person randomly. Jasmina does seem fun. She definitely does seem fun. I think Michael's gonna have to change his work schedule too. You can't say you wake up at 4 for work, then you're working until like what did he say 7:30, and then you're asleep by 9. You have literally no time to be with your wife. I thought that was weird that he didn't even think to like try to like ease it or try to like make it seem a little better. He was just like, I'm at work all day and it is what it is. So then on top of that, like you don't watch TV, you don't watch TV, you don't seem to have a whole lot of friends or anything. So like what are y'all gonna talk about? What are y'all gonna do? Their wedding was pretty though. He seemed decent at the wedding. I love how his sisters gave Jasmina the flower, the pin, I mean, like the breast cancer pin to like welcome her to the family. I thought that was very, very nice. Little like Elijah and also Michael. No, nobody needs an Elijah because Elijah is gonna be a problem. He almost has too much personality. He has way too much personality. I think Michael is selfish too, and only because we see his family and like his friends keep having to tell him, "Oh, you got to learn to compromise. You got to learn to do this. You got to learn to do that." Like, I feel like he probably should have went to therapy before coming on the show because he got some stuff to work on. He definitely has some stuff to work on, like within himself. But we'll see. They have some promise, but I just don't see it working out for them long run at least. Oh no, we'll save them for last. Mark and Lindsey. What do you guys think about Mark and Lindsey? I don't think Lindsey is as bad as like she comes across. I think Lindsey was just super, super nervous. And I think she has nervous, like chaotic energy. And what happens is that when she's put in situations where liquor is involved, I think she just ah. Michael seemed like he's never been in a relationship before. I can see that. He's weird. I think he's handsome, but he's weird. On top of the fact that he's short. And I think that his height is going to be a problem with her because she requested somebody that's taller than her. So I don't know why they keep playing with these people like that. I like Mark. I want him to stop going by Mark the Shark, but I do like Mark. I think Mark is a really good guy. I think that him and Lindsey would be good for each other, but he might get tired of her like loud, super in your face energy all the time too. Mike seems like he knows how to turn it on, but he also knows how to turn it off. And Lindsey, I don't think knows how to turn it off. I don't care for Lindsey's father either. I think Lindsey's father was trying to sabotage her, and I don't think her father wants her to get married. Not in this capacity, I don't think. Anytime her father is like talking to Mark or talking to like in the confessionals or anything about her, he's making her sound like just this awful ass person that we don't, be careful with her. It's weird. Jasmina, well, yes, yeah, Jasmina is actually she's trying to work with Michael. She's gonna try to pull him through. Alyssa's just a bitch. She is. I feel bad for Mark because he's the only child who doesn't have a lot of family. I do too. I mean, I grew up. It was just me and my brother, but I at least have a sibling, and we're close in age. So like we have the same experiences and same stuff like that. And even though he like my brother lives in Nashville, I'm in Milwaukee still. you still have that like that rider with you. And I feel bad for Mark that I feel bad for Mark that like not only is he an only child, but like his dad is gone, his mom is, going through whatever, his grandmother, like it's kind of sad. Y'all can say I was right about her. About who? Hey, Kimberly. About who? I mean, you don't like a lot of people. So I don't know if you're talking about Lindsey or who. But I think they, like I said, I think they might work. I think that Lindsey is just going to get on Mark's nerves a little too much, but I think they're gonna make it though. What were you right about her? Yeah, Mark is really looking for a family. I just wish that Mark would have gone about it not like this, because I think Mark would have had a better chance of I think Mark would have had a better chance of meeting somebody out at a bar, grocery store, whatever, and like building a sense of family. Because even though her father and her brother have like welcomed him, from what we can see, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of rushing into it because he's longing for family so much. And family doesn't have to be somebody you're married to. Like he seems like his friend and his friend's family seem to be his family, but I get him wanting to have like his own, tight knit family. I don't think she's made it about her and not him. I think she has nervous energy. Just like I think Elijah, as annoying as he's been, I think he has nervous energy. It's a wedding. Like you're going on a different step. You're going on to a different place in life. There's cameras around. You're meeting all these new people. You're getting asked a bunch of stuff. I feel like a lot of how people act at these weddings is just chaotic, nervous energy that they just don't know what to do with. I wouldn't say nobody. There are some people that like people that are always, big and boisterous like that. I think some people do. I mean, it wouldn't work for me personally, but Lindsey seems like she doesn't seem like a bad person though. Like I don't think her on 10 is necessarily bad just because it's really her just word vomiting about herself. She talks so much about her random stuff. Like Lindsey spit out a memory from when she was 5 for whatever reason. I don't know. I feel like her something about her dad has probably made her like that, and I feel like she's going through whatever because of the situation with her mom. Like she doesn't have her mom in her life. I think they said on the after show, one of the after shows, that her mom was actually in Boston and just chose not to come. So that sucks. So that really sucks. But we we'll see with them. I still have kind of high hopes for them, not necessarily. But Jasmina and Michael are not going to make it, I don't think. Mark and Lindsey, I give them a better chance. I give them a better chance. All right, y'all want to talk about Elijah and them. Elijah and Katina. I think Katina looked pretty. I think Elijah's suit was decent enough. Katina's mother was rude AF. Katina's mother was extremely rude. I didn't like it. I thought it was tacky and everything to that's not cool. For one, Elijah is not an uncommon name. We all know Hakeem Olajuwon. But you don't ask somebody where you get that name from. That's rude. Considering that you were mad that he mistakenly said Katrina instead of Katina for your daughter. Because if I was Elijah, when she asked where did your name come from, I'd have said where did Katina come from? Because that's not a name either. That is, I could not believe she said that, and on TV. Then to ask that man if he's on medication, Lord, I just, it was so much chaotic shit going on at their wedding between that. And we knew it was editing of her asking about the rabbit and him turning around and her leaving. But it was still like, what is going on here, y'all? But between that, between him asking her at the wedding, telling her at the wedding, you look, him telling her you look good, and then asking, you don't like how I look? This is going to go downhill very quickly. I swear that this is going to go downhill very quickly because Katina seems ditzy, for one, and Olijah is just way, way, way too much. Lindsey and Olijah should be besties. They'll talk each other's ear off all night. It'll just be chaotic energy the entire time. Rude. I could not believe her mom. After I watched it, I like paused the TV and called my brother because who does that? Who does that? Stink. I would be mortified to know that that was how my mom was talking to somebody. I just, people have different names. People have varying names all the time. So for you to call out somebody's name like that, that's just rude. I could not believe she did that. I was traumatized by his dirty jaws. When I first saw it, I thought it was a design. So I was like, is he wearing a design? Or is that like dirty? Was it grease? So there was somebody who said that he might have washed his hands and then just like wiped them on, because like it was ill placed. It was definitely ill placed, but it is also just kind of like, why didn't you buy some new? And they were loose. Why didn't you get some new underwear for the wedding? On top of the fact that you're meeting somebody for the first time. You're gonna be on TV. It's your wedding night. Like, there were just so many factors that went into, why are you doing this right now? Mortified. She was obnoxious. She was rude and had an attitude. She was being respectful to her. He was being respectful. I mean, he was talking her ear off, but he definitely was being respectful. And I just feel like it went downhill when she asked about him having meds, being on meds. I cannot believe she did that. You think it was grease? 63, and I know who Akeem Olajuwon is. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you might, do a little stutter with how you pronounce it, but this is also not, it's not a name that we've never heard before. It's just not. And it's just, there's just a certain way to ask people, where did your name originate from? I'm somebody whose name always gets mispronounced without fail. I can tell people what my name is, and people are going to repeat it back the way they want to say it. But I have never had somebody ask me, well, where'd you get your name from? Because I don't even know how I would react to that. Like, that's just rude. So why would you say that here? Let me just go ahead and block you. I just don't understand why. I don't understand. I don't understand people. That was shit stained drawers. It was definitely something. Definitely something. I'm a special ed teacher. Shanice, I'm gonna have to block you, hun, because you posting spoilers. Some people just don't want to know stuff. Okay. Why wasn't Elijah's mom at the wedding? I feel like his mom probably didn't want to be on the show. So his mom was blurred out like during his package and stuff. So it could be that she didn't want to be on the show. I feel like at this point it's not uncommon for these people's parents to not be at the wedding. And I think it's because their parents don't want to be a part of the foolishness. Their parents don't want to be a part of the foolishness, so they don't show up. Um, I don't know about it. Like I've heard rumors and the spoilers and all that stuff about everybody too, but Olijah and Katina are going to have a journey. I guarantee you that they're gonna have a journey. On top of the fact that he did like a strip tease, he did a strip tease at the wedding. Like you got to kind of know the audience. You got to know your audience. So in a typical wedding, yeah, maybe that can happen, but like there's no need for you to be rolling and gyrating and all this stuff while you're getting the garter off. It came across very cringe. Olijah, I still don't think is ready to be married. I think Olijah still wants to be out and party. I will say that his brothers and his groomsmen described him as like a child though. When she asked, does he have any bad habits? And it was like, you have to tell him things 2 and 3 times before he finally gets to do it, before he finally understands. He doesn't want to do things he doesn't want to do right away. It's weird. Then his brother saying that he's going to mold her into the type of woman that he wants was scary. If I was Katina, I would be concerned about that. We know that he keeps wanting to talk about he wants her to be able to cook, and he's so concerned about her not being able to cook. It's like, damn, Olijah, what are you expecting every night? You want her to bake a ham every night? Like, I'm not understanding what he is expecting by saying, like, we have to learn how to cook. She said that she can cook some stuff. She can make a couple meals here and there. So I guess I'm not understanding, like, this big deal about wanting to cook. I know Twitter is doing the most with this. And I've seen a lot of women say that, our mothers cooked and all the other stuff. Yeah, my parents are still married, 43 years. My mom cooks dinner for my dad 5 nights a week. However, there's a difference between my parents being married back in the 70s and now in 2022, Olijah expecting to come home from work and have a hot meal on the table. That's not how life works anymore. It's just not how life works anymore. Yeah, she probably doesn't want to be on the show, so she blocked her out. And I feel like if they do decide to stay together after that, they can always do like a bigger wedding, a more personalized wedding where their families can come to that. That nasty lap dance, Katina's mom was even more screwed up because of that. Yeah, she definitely wasn't pleased with it. She definitely looked away. She had a problem. She had a problem. With I wish somebody could like ask him, what was that? What is going on? I can't wait to the reunion, and I hope Kevin Frazier like brings it up. His childlike behavior and attention span. He said it was. He said he had ADHD. He didn't say if it was like professionally diagnosed, but he did say that he had it. Looks like the produce. Well, it's TV. I know some of y'all watch this really expecting to see real love, but I think some of y'all it's TV. It's for entertainment. It's for everything. It's for ratings at this point. It's just like Love and Hip Hop. We don't see nobody in the studio. It's just like Basketball Wives. Nobody is a wife. That's just what TV is nowadays. No, my mom was not a stay-at-home wife. My mom worked corporate America. She was an analyst at an insurance firm, an underwriter. So my dad got dinner when everybody else got dinner. After my mom got home, got herself together after work, and then cooked. So So what do y'all think is gonna happen on the honeymoon with these two? Oh, forgot to mention Jasmina and Michael when they were talking about the honeymoon and they were trying to guess where they were gonna go. And Jasmina was like, I hope it's not Jamaica because I'm going there for my 30th. Are you coming? I think that was telling right there. The Jans. I want to go back and watch that season. I didn't see that season, but the way that people keep like pointing it out and y'all seem to be traumatized. I'm starting to think it might be some kind of bleach stain. It could have been. And that's why I thought it was like a design. I said, oh, he probably has like some grunge or like army print. I just thought it was a design. I think I was a little more mortified at the fact that they were loose. Like boxer briefs are supposed to be a little more fitted to the leg. So there was loose. Like I felt like he could fit a fist up in there. Who? Oh, you think Olijah? I think Olijah and Katina had sex wedding night. I think they had sex wedding night, which is weird because Olijah once said initially to the guys that he would judge his wife if she wanted to have sex right away. So weird. Yeah, my mom is the GOAT, definitely. It's sad to hear men want a traditional wife when they're not traditional men. I feel like we are just in the age now where these men want to go back to the way of the 50s and 60s, and that's not just how life is anymore. A whole fist, like it was loose. I should have saved a picture. It was loose. No way that stain was dark. Whether it was a stain, whether it was bleach, whether it was a skid mark, they shouldn't have been on. And then the way that he like dove into the bed, like he just knew he was making a splash that night. Meanwhile, the producer zoomed in. So I saw people say the producers were bogus for even highlighting that. This is reality TV. So you got to be more aware of everything. Just like when we're on YouTube, we have to be aware of what's in our surroundings and all that type of stuff. You got to be aware of that. But under no circumstances whatsoever should you have had on them dirty drawers. That's just what it came down to, because that's what everybody talked about as far as the season. They were old. Yeah, he had on his old comfortable drawers that he put on typically when he's laying around the house. And that's fine if you want to go for comfort when you at home. But this is your wedding night that you knew would be televised. Then it made it even worse because he like dove into the bed. So like you were doing something that you knew that production was going to make a splash about. I don't know. They knew. And not the hepatitis. Oh God. All right. So we'll see what happens with Olijah and Katina. Fingers crossed for them. Let's see. Noi and Steve. Noi is a better woman than I could ever be, because if production set me up with a man that is not currently working, it would have been called off right then and there. There wouldn't be let's wait till decision day or anything like that. I think that's completely irresponsible for production to do. I'm sick of people saying that he's employable. Everybody is employable. Everybody's employable. I'm sick of people saying maybe he's living off of his wedding. I mean, he's living off of his savings. I don't know why people think that's okay to do. If Steve wants to be a freelancer and that's the type of lifestyle that he wants to live, very nomadic and stuff like that, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. However, Do not hop into a marriage with somebody and blindside them. There's a difference if he's, dating Noi and she knows ahead of time that he doesn't have a job and all of that type of stuff. But for you to feel like, oh, okay, well, I can just go ahead and, but for you to feel like you can just go ahead and blindside her, that's not cool. I just don't think it's cool. I don't know. They said he worked for the state. So I mean, I think he has a good job. He works for the state. Typically state jobs and like city jobs are good jobs. Everything should be new. All undergarments should be new. Absolutely. I mean, it's like, didn't y'all mamas ever teach y'all that, you always have on clean drawers and socks in case you have to go to the hospital? Yes, I always forget. Thank you, Felicia. Thumbs up the video if you guys are watching. Subscribe if you guys have not already subscribed to the channel. I do breakdowns on Married at First Sight. Everybody gets a separate video. For now, it's rough doing 5 videos on Wednesday nights, but I do recaps on other shows as well. He works with sewage. Okay. So he probably, okay. Info on sex judge definitely labeling him as homeless. That's what Steve keeps saying though. You can't keep saying that, you just been on the road for 4 months. Because for me, when I heard that, if you're freelancing and that's what you do, that's fine. There are a lot of people that make like a decent living freelancing, right? It's not uncommon. But you can't sign up for a show to be married because it's Massachusetts, a community property state. Now, what happens if Steve has all this debt and Steve accumulates all this debt and now he's legally married to Noi and now Noi is responsible for this debt because she got married to a man that doesn't have, constant income coming in? I don't know, but I feel like the fact that his parents, well, not his parents, his siblings are a little bit concerned about the fact that he don't have a job. The show should be. And you can tell Noi was uncomfortable, but she's trying to keep an open mind. Steve looked good in his tux though. I'll give him that. Steve is very, very handsome. I mean, he can't help it if he got laid off during COVID. That's just, he can't help it. I don't think that makes a bad work history. We don't know what he did before those 4 years. We don't know what he did before those 4 years. It's just in the here and now, you don't have a job. So you shouldn't be trying to start a family and bring someone into your mess. Nonetheless, their wedding looked good. Noi was effing up that salad. She made me hungry watching the video. Their wedding looked good. Noi's brother was the real MVP because he wanted to know what was going to be going on in the bedroom with his sister afterwards. And I like that he made sure to tell Steve, my sister doesn't do the chasing. So if you're trying to get with my sister, you have to be the one that's going to actually pursue her, chase her. Like, don't think it's going to be sweet out here, basically. One of the early seasons, they cast a guy who was living in an abandoned bus. Like, he was homeless for real. Was it like souped up or jazzed up, or was it just people are so weird? Why was he in the bus? So how do you guys feel about Noi and Steve? I think they might last if Noi is willing to get past his employment status. If Steve is able to, hop on LinkedIn, hop on Indeed, and get a job throughout the course of this process, I think they could work. Their families seem to have blended well together. They look good aesthetically together. I like them. I really do like Noy and Steve together. Oh, so he was like an RV type situation. Okay. Some people like that minimalist, lifestyle. There are some people that like for real live in like RVs. I don't think it's any different than like living in a trailer. Did he have a job? That's the most important part. Was he working or was he just, living in the bus? And then finally, what y'all want to talk about, Chris and Alyssa. The only thing I'm on Alyssa's side with is if she asks production for somebody with nice teeth, then they should have given her someone with nice teeth. Um, there were some people in my comments in the video saying that Chris's teeth aren't that bad. They are. They are. One, they're yellow. Two, he has crowding and overlapping and stuff like that. They're jagged. He doesn't have a nice set of teeth. He doesn't. And I kind of feel like if someone is asking for something that's that minute, you can give her that. Now, if she's not attracted to him, she's not attracted to him. There's nothing we can do about that. There's nothing Chris can do about that. But there's a way that you can handle that accordingly too. Because we have seen couples that, where one is not necessarily attracted to the other. It doesn't mean you have to be rude about it. And I feel like Alyssa was so unbelievably rude to him for no reason. There was no reason for Alyssa to behave the way that she did, as if she didn't walk down in them ugly ass cowboy boots, and then had the nerve to be excited and want to hold her foot up so he can see. She was rude. She didn't want to kiss him when everybody did the right. Lindsey asked for a guy with good teeth, and they gave her Mark, who has decent teeth. Like, I'm sorry, but it's not hard to find somebody with good teeth. It's just not. It's not hard to find somebody that has straight teeth. It's not hard to find somebody that has non-yellow teeth. Chris teeth look like he does not go to the dentist whatsoever. Whatsoever. It looks like he does not go to the dentist. His teeth are yellow. They're stained. There are people saying, well, maybe he drinks too much coffee. Then he should stop. He could have got his teeth whitened or anything like that. But see, and I disagree. I disagree. If you're coming on this show, because there are some people that do not take oral hygiene seriously. I used to work with a woman when I was in high school. I worked with a woman who did not go to the dentist. She said she can brush her own teeth, she can floss her own teeth. So if you're somebody that is super, super into your teeth, you're going to want to be matched with somebody who treats oral hygiene just as serious as you. Yeah, teeth can be changed, definitely, but if that is the one thing that she's asking for, I don't think that's hard to give her. Absolutely don't. I don't think that's hard. I don't think that's hard to give her. They could be smokers' teeth. They were yellow, and taking aside from him needing braces, his teeth were just yellow. So, and I think it had to have been one or the other. No, it's not the only thing she asked for. She said, the white version of tall, dark, and handsome. I get that, but I just kind of feel like if she says she wants somebody with some nice teeth, y'all can find her somebody with some nice teeth. Y'all can find her somebody with nice teeth. I don't even think he has to get braces if he doesn't want to. I mean, I had braces in high school. I can't imagine like paying for braces now as an adult. Even though I want to get braces again, because I was definitely that teenager that once I got them off, I never wore my retainers. So like I want to get braces again just to like tighten stuff up. But I don't think, I mean, Chris needs a lot of work done in his mouth, but that's the only thing I'm giving Alyssa grace on. That's the only thing. But even then, if you think that Chris, if his teeth aren't conducive to what you want, there's still no reason to be rude to him. And Alyssa was rude. She was blatantly rude. Her saying that she doesn't succumb to peer pressure to kiss him. If this man was attractive to you, you would have kissed him. I also kind of feel like at these receptions, these are strangers, y'all. These are strangers. Let's stop trying to get them to kiss every 5 minutes. You do that type of stuff when you're watching your friend get married that's been with his girlfriend for 5 years. But I think it's weird how often they do the clinking of the glass at these married at first sight weddings. I think that's weird. I think that's weird. Oh, thank you, Felicia. They're small. So I took offense to was it Lindsey saying no baby teeth? She's not on that. So what does she expect? A perfect model guy. If she got that, then maybe the guy wouldn't think she's cute enough. Yeah, I think Alyssa definitely thinks a lot about herself. I don't think Chris is attractive at all. But I think he's attractive to he's definitely attractive to someone. If you ask for 3 things, you get 2 of them, and that's not good enough. Go get your own man and then let them leave you again. She said she didn't get anything that she asked for in her mate, though. I don't think she got anything she asked for. I don't think Alyssa should have signed up for the show, personally. I think she needs to deal with the fact that her boyfriend just never came home. Alyssa was rude to everyone. She was rude. She was rude. Like she was rude. I think the biggest issue though was that Chris's friends completely sabotaged him. I don't know why they insist on having these people. I don't think he's not tall though. I wouldn't say Chris is tall. Because if like even on this picture here, Alyssa doesn't seem tall herself. He's taller than her, but he doesn't look like a tall man. I mean, if she's not happy with the way he looks, she's not happy with the way he looks, but it doesn't give her license to be rude about it. Doesn't give her license to be rude about it. She asked for a husband. She did, but I mean, y'all know I feel like there are very few people that come on here and be super geeked and super excited about their mate. Especially like I can't think of a wife that has been over the top excited about how her husband looked since what was that one basketball player that was just super, super trash? Him and his wife. I think that's the last couple I can think of where the wife was like super, super excited about her husband's looks. I think her nasty personality is what drove her ex away. He was so fed up with her, he didn't even go home and break up with her. I mean, we only know one side of the story with that, so who knows? But she definitely has a piss poor attitude. I would definitely agree with that. But I think Chris's friends saying that he's pushy and he likes to kind of lecture people and he's constantly in teacher mode. And I was just kind of sitting there like, why are y'all saying this? Why are y'all saying this? It almost gave me the feeling that like Chris's friends wanted Alyssa, so they wanted to make sure that he didn't get her. That's how it came across. It was weird the way that they were like sabotaging him. I was super concerned about that. So the end of the episode where we see this montage of like everybody going, and where we see everybody going, hey J-Dub, where we see everybody going and they're going to their room for, wedding night. And then Chris is sitting down by himself talking to production because it's awkward. Alyssa is trash for that. There is no reason why you couldn't just go and sit with that man and talk to him. And then to say that you don't feel comfortable going in the room with him, like that's bull. That's bull. I hate when some of these women, because Karen did it to Miles too. I hate Deborah. She don't like him. She don't like him. He doesn't look tall to me. If she says she wants a taller man, she wants a taller man. I don't think any of the men necessarily look tall either. They looked about the same height as a lot of their wives. Jasmina is taller than Michael. And we know that she said that she wanted a taller man too. Women want taller men. I'm tall. I want a man that's going to be taller than me when I put my heels on. I am 5'10". So I need you to be at least 6'2" or higher so that when I put on heels, you are taller than me. That's just some women, we like taller men. When you're a woman that's like 5'4", 5'5", it's easier for you because it's a lot of short men out here. But I hate when short girl demand a man that's over 6 feet tall. Why? I mean, if they want somebody tall, they want somebody tall. And I get that it's kind of shallow, but I think that's people's preference. It's just people's preference. You can't hate somebody because they want somebody that's tall. There are a lot of men that are 5'4", 5'5". They don't want to date a woman that's taller than them. And I feel like people never complain about that. The short girls still they could. I mean, it is kind of slim pickings for us when we're taller. Do you think Alyssa would be happy with Ryan from last season? Maybe. I didn't think Ryan or his like thinning hair from last season was cute at all. Ryan doesn't have personality either. So I don't know. Aesthetically, she might be. I mean, Chris is not attractive to me. So I don't blame her for not thinking he's attractive. I don't blame anybody if they don't think that any of these people are attractive. You're attracted to who you're attracted to. But there's a way to also handle it too. And the way that Alyssa is handling it is not good. There's no reason to be rude to him. There's no reason to say that you're uncomfortable with him. You don't feel comfortable spending the night in the room with him. He has literally done nothing for you to not feel comfortable staying in the room with him. Like, he even asked you, do you want to talk about what you heard or anything like that? And she rudely said no and then got up and walked away. So, but we see next episode, I guess she goes on the honeymoon with him. So she wasn't that uncomfortable. She's okay to go on a trip. No, she got 4 chins. These 5'1" girls can learn to love they do. Women like tall men. That's just what it comes down to. Women like tall men. There are a lot of men that like short girls. It happens. It doesn't mean you're a bad person because you have a preference. Chris and Alyssa, I'm sure definitely will not make it to I don't think they're gonna stay married at all. I'm still standing on Mark and Lindsey and Noy and Steve actually making it to decision day. I think those are going to be the only two couples that stay married. Everybody else seems to have like glaring problems that I don't think is going to work. And I'm really on the fence with Noy and Steve because I have an issue with him not working, and I think that Noy should have a problem with Steve not working too. I think that's the issue. I think that's the issue. So who do you guys think is going to stay together? Or who do you think, typically on the honeymoon, there's always somebody that like a couple that like self-implodes too. Who do you guys think is going to be the couple that on the honeymoon, it just goes absolutely haywire where it's just not going to work? I think Mark and Lindsey are going to have a blow up on the honeymoon. And I think Mark and Lindsey, and I'll say Alyssa and Chris. I think the honeymoon is going to be like a pivotal turning point for those two couples where something's going to go absolutely wrong. I think Olijah and Katina had sex on the wedding night, and I think that's going to continue, and it's just going to create like a very volatile, chaotic relationship for the two of them. And I think Michael is going to bore Jasmina to death. That's what I see, at least. But that is all I have time for. I actually do have to go. Did you guys have anything else to add? They are, yeah. They're done already. She's already kind of mentally checked out. She doesn't like him physically. She doesn't like what she heard about his personality. So she's completely checked out of the process already. So it'd be interesting to see how she navigates that. If she continues to be overly rude, or if she at least tries to somewhat be nice. We'll see. But don't forget to subscribe if you've not already subscribed to the channel. Thumbs up the video. Catch up on my other videos, and I will catch you guys soon.